What is good, y'all? It's your boy Shacked.
And I'm Bolo, and welcome back to Q The Breakdown. Today we got a big homie in the house. We got Burko Music.
How's it going?
We're doing good, man. Thank you for coming on here.
Thanks for having me.
What do you think of the new setup?
New setup's cool. It's a hole-in-the-wall aesthetic until you look at the couch, and then it's just a real vibe.
Yeah.
It's just a couch in a warehouse, yeah.
Yeah, that's
Couch
it.
in a warehouse.
I did it myself. Thank you.
It's real nice. I like what you've done with the place.
I appreciate it.
You're setting up the cameras and the mics. Jerry was setting up the couches. It's a nice homie vibe, I'd say.
That's right. You got to do my part, baby. Come on.
Dude, Burko, I'm super stoked to have you here, man. We recently met a couple weeks ago on a boat party. That was dope. He was rinsing out some tracks. He was like, yo, you want to hear some unreleased music? I was like, hell yeah, we do. And that's where we connected. We tapped in on Instagram, and then I reached out, and I'm glad you're here, man.
I appreciate it. Yeah, it was a fun boat party. Shout out Tom and Vetted. That was fun. Yeah, I'm glad we got to connect. Who was it originally that said grab me on the show? I think you said a couple people had reached out.
Yeah, man. I think we've had two people previously mention you. I think Baker was one of them, and I want to say the Fest Vibes were probably the other dudes, if I remember correctly.
Nice.
But, yeah, I think that was it. So I'm glad we were able to make it happen, man.
Hell yeah. I'm glad
stoked
too.
you're here.
Stoked to be here.
I'm definitely excited to hear more about your story. I know you had a big release lately with Sunburn. That's super sweet. Definitely want to hear more about that. But I kind of want to tap into, like, you're from San Diego, right?
From San Diego, yeah, Scripps Ranch.
Let's go. Scripps Ranch. Mm-hmm. You guys got beef with the El Cajon guys over there?
Bro, I mean, I don't fuck with North County high schools, like all that shit. So there was beef back in the day, but, I don't know.
That's high school shit.
Yeah, that's high school shit.
That's funny. When
now we're on that music producer beef, bro. Come on.
When along that beef journey did you start getting into music, bro?
I started DJing in 2015, and I studied abroad in the Netherlands in a city called Utrecht, about 30 minutes away from Amsterdam. We'll let that go by.
Nice.
Shouts out.
It's a loud one.
A loud one.
I was studying abroad in Utrecht, Netherlands, and that's where I played my first shows. It was a small, tiny college of like 1,000 people called Utrecht University or something like that. And there was a bar on campus, and the bar proceeds funded the school. And every Thursday, the bar would pop off. And that's where I was like playing my first shows. I wasn't even playing house music at the time. It was like trap and bass music, just weird experimental stuff. And it was in a place where people only listen to house music, so
nice.
It was a pretty funny experience. But that's where I started DJing, and then it wasn't until 2018 that I started producing. When I came back from studying abroad, I got a residency at EOS in Santa Barbara. I did undergrad at UC Santa Barbara, and then 2018, a couple years later, is when I started producing. Late 2018.
I gotcha. Yeah. Was it always under the name Burko?
Yes, it was always under the name Burko when I started producing.
Your last name is Burko, right?
It is. My last name has a W at the end.
Okay.
But I took off the W because a lot of people like to pronounce it Burkow.
I see that.
Okay, so to avoid that, I did Burko without it. Turns out I think my cousin has a photography company also named Burko without the W. So when I started Googling, I'm like, I think that's my cousin.
Damn.
We haven't talked
in the family.
about it.
Battle of the copyrights.
Yeah.
We'll see.
That's
my lawyers
funny.
will talk to his.
Dude, since then, you've been killing it from what it seems, man. You've had some super big releases on some super sick labels. What would you say has probably been one of your most memorable releases or one of your favorite tracks that you put out?
Definitely this last one. It was such an awesome experience to work with Sunburn and bring Courtney on, my friend and neighbor, as the vocalist.
Nice.
She goes by Blue Jade.
Right, okay.
Great voice. Sunburn got a hold of some of my unreleased music a year and a half ago. By our friend Greg Chavez, and my track "I Feel Fine," which is out now, got released like in March or something. He really liked that. At the time it was unreleased. He reached out to me the same day and said, "You want to come do a song on my album?" I'm like, "Yes."
No way.
And
what?
I was in Rosarito at the time. I remember just like I was partying, and I was so stoked when I got that news, and came back, had a couple sessions. The first time I went up to see him, he had this whole equipment malfunction, and we didn't really get to work on it too much, but I came up to LA probably 3 more times, got it sorted out, and after a year and a half it's finally out now on Ultra Records.
Damn.
So shout out Ultra for giving the platform, and Sunburn for bringing me on for the album, and Courtney for the vocals.
That's what's up. Ultra, that's huge, bro.
That's a fun one.
How long has this project with Sunburn been in the works?
Year and a half since January
shit.
of 2021.
You definitely just said that.
Bro, you do that every episode. I swear. He just said that.
Because I remember
Yeah,
you.
bro. An hour and a half, a year and a half. That's a grind, bro.
That is a
Like,
grind.
It was a long one.
You just gotta trust the process, honestly.
Seriously. And there was a lot of doubt, not from my end, but I know like Courtney was like, what's up? How's it going to go? Are we still doing this? And I'm like, I'll check. And I had faith and Courtney had faith and it happened. And
Here we are.
the best part was it got signed as a single. So it didn't come out on the album, which isn't out yet, but it's not going to come out on the album. It came out already as a single, which means that all the focus gets on one track instead of like 15.
Right.
So that's cool. That album sounds sick too. I gave it a listen. And
That's what's up, man.
Yeah, he's some real cool collaborators on there and just a real nice flow.
That's tight, bro. Honestly, one of my questions for you was definitely like how you position yourself to start working or collaborating with other artists or bigger artists. That's definitely the dopest way that I could have imagined that happened, where he got a hold of your unreleased music. Mm-hmm. But that's tight, man. What about any of your most memorable shows that you've ever had to date? Anything? Yeah,
touching on what you were saying, I think like collaborating with other people can go in a few different ways of how you approach it. The ones that I recently had an experience. You know Speaker Honey?
Yeah, definitely.
So I have an EP coming out with her that we just finished.
Oh shit!
And the way that we approached it, she came up to me and said like that was the most professional way anyone's ever done it. So what I did was I had my manager reach out to her agent, which she shares an agent with Autograph, who I also have like the same manager as Autograph.
Okay.
So my manager's in contact with them, and then the agent reached out to the manager and sent it to Kirsty, Speaker Honey, and said you should do this. So that was kind of a different way to approach it.
I'm putting all the dots together. I'm here. Don't worry.
So that one's gonna be really cool.
So it was just like an email, just say, hey, would you want to collaborate on an EP?
Yeah, I think my manager Peter just reached out and said, hey, I don't remember if he sent an idea that I had. Yeah, he did. I had this track that's called Now Dance in Time. I forgot what it was called before, but that one is the one that he sent as a demo, and then Kirsty worked off of that one with me, and then we made another one from scratch called Levitate.
Okay.
And so those are unsigned right now. We're just finishing them up and about to shop them. But that was a cool way to go about it, too. So it's how collabs happen in a bunch of different ways.
Yeah.
But memorable shows, is that what you asked?
Yeah. One of your most memorable shows. You got anything that comes to mind?
I feel like one of the most memorable shows is, I think it was my 20th birthday.
Nice.
And so 7 years ago, I was at Papa's and Beer in Rosarito.
Classic.
Yep. And
What t-shirt party, baby? Let's go.
I wasn't slotted to play. And by the way, that is the most ratchet place
Yo, dude.
ever. On spring break,
Bro.
the most raunchy, creepy place. The bartenders were the most creepy people I've ever seen in my entire life to everybody. It was horrible.
I've honestly never been. I've only seen videos of like those dudes that just like slap girls and like spin them around and pour bottles down there.
It's the tip of the iceberg with those people.
Really?
With the bartenders, oh my God. It's horrifying.
I'm excited.
Anyways, I wasn't slotted to play the show, but I found the talent buyer and sorry.
Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers,
Salud.
guys. Thanks for having me out here.
Bolo.
I found the talent buyer there. He was programming it, and it's like, hey, I have I'm a resident EOS in Santa Barbara, and I have a flash drive, and I'm down to play if you guys have a slot. And he said, I remember him asking me, do you use Tractor or Record Box? And I was like, I mean, I could use either, but I have a he said, do you use Tractor or Serato? Yeah, so he said Tractor or Serato, and I said, I mean, I could use either, but I have a Record Box flash drive in my pocket. And he's like, that's the right answer. If you said Tractor or Serato, I wouldn't have let you play.
That's for sure the right answer.
I ended up I had just started learning CDJs. I maybe used them once, if that. And I ended up playing in front of 5,000 people opening for Lil Yachty. So
Oh my God. Lil Bo.
random series of events on my 20th birthday. That was probably one of the more memorable ones.
Wait, you met him out there? You met that talent buyer already out there?
Yeah.
Oh,
so I was helping him with the trip because I was at UC Santa Barbara as one of the reps for the spring break trip.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I went up to the CEO of SWAT, TJ, and yeah, I think he died. Shit, rip TJ.
Oh shit.
Wow, yeah, I just remember that. TJ was like, yeah, here's the talent buyer. So he introduced me. I think another really memorable show was I had just finished college at UCSB, and went straight from UCSB to LAX, flew to Bangkok, and I was in Thailand.
Oh my God.
And I ended up at Koh Phi Phi Island, and
Kopipi.
yeah, I met this guy out there who was like programming shows out there, and he's like, you can play here on the 4th of July. And I just had to extend like my trip in Koh Phi Phi a little bit before I went up to the mainland because it was an island.
Kopipi.
Stayed a couple extra days and opened my set on the 4th of July with the Star Spangled Banner. You could tell who the Americans were immediately in Thailand. They were hyped. It was
Everyone takes their hats off.
Yeah. It's a place called a Ibiza pool party, but it was in Koh Phi Phi in Thailand, so it didn't really
That's
make a lot of
funny.
sense.
Kopipi.
I got paid in mojito buckets.
No
Nice.
way.
Yeah, I remember that.
How many mojito
6 years
buckets
ago.
went down?
Enough that I don't remember how many mojito buckets I had.
That's the right answer.
Yeah, that
That's
was a pretty
funny.
memorable one. And I remember they had like the thing that would say like who's playing that night, like going in the text that like would recycle and keep restarting.
Oh,
yeah.
Like a
Big
ticker?
screen.
Yeah, yeah.
Like the big screen out front. It said like Burko EOS Santa Barbara, which is like
Damn.
it was the funniest
That's
thing.
your name. That's actually hella comedy,
Yeah.
bro. What about like a dream venue that you've been really dying to play at, or to follow that up, a dream like collaboration? Since we were on the topic of collabs,
I would love to play Printworks in London, but I heard it's about to
Nice.
close down. So I
Better
don't know
get
if
out
it's going to
there.
happen. I better get out there, but we'll see. I mean, Red Rocks would be great.
Oh, yeah.
Autograph, I
That'd
just
be
got a
sick.
video actually earlier today. Autograph played last Sunday, and I have a collab coming out with them on their album as another single in November.
Mm-hmm.
And I got a video of them playing our collab at Red Rocks today, and it was unbelievable.
Yeah, that's surreal.
Damn.
It's super surreal. And what's weird is they played my master because I thought we would have time to get a master before, but we didn't. So they played my master. So I'm like, whoa, like that was a finished product that I did. Like no one else touched it after, and like
that was
I
it.
hope it works on these speakers, like
Yeah.
amphitheater.
Dude.
But it did. It sounded awesome. So that was kind of surreal.
Slapping like an untested tune that you did your own master on.
Red Rock
Probably one of the
speakers
most
burn down in
nerve-wracking
flames
feelings.
after Burko Master pops the fuck off.
I don't know if that means it's too fire.
No,
or if
I'm talking
does
in the
not
fire-
work at all.
fire
Horrible
aspect.
master. No,
It could go
I'm
either
glad,
way,
yeah.
actually. I
It could
mean-
go either way. Remember when
funny.
Excision blew out the bass pod speakers?
Oh my god!
This year?
bro.
At EDC, no,
The shit was on
probably
fire.
2016 or something. That was the hardest thing I've ever seen.
He kept going too.
Of course.
That she caught on fire.
Caught on fire. You went that hard. That's like the
That's
coolest, especially
crazy.
in that genre of like dubstep.
Yeah.
I think that's the coolest thing that could ever happen to you.
Yeah,
Facts.
exactly.
Sick.
I'm pretty
Make
sure
the
this,
speakers vibrate.
Yeah.
this last EDC wasn't there like crazy winds or something, and for that reason
Facts.
they lowered the volume of them or something.
No, they closed. They closed the main stage because shit was like
really.
gonna fucking. Or this was like, I don't know. This was not the last EDC, but the one that I was at, they literally shut down the whole main stage right before it was Get Real. It was fucking Green Velvet and fucking Claude about to play, which I was like, oh, dude, this is gonna be sick. Main stage, fucking like Claude first of all, and then nope, they shut it down for that set, and then it was just done for the rest of the night.
Damn.
I was worried at this last EDC when I played because it was really windy on day one when I played, and I didn't play till the last set, 4 to 5:30 a.m. I was worried that it was going to shut down. I was like, can you imagine if it gets canceled? Like, that's going to suck.
That
Yeah.
would suck.
Yeah, it didn't. So that's
So how was that though?
Yeah, I was
First
about to ask you
EDC?
that too.
First EDC playing. I went 2016 as an attendee. I worked it in 2019 helping with VIP operations. I went for fun in 2021 with my management. And then 2022 played it.
That's
Epic.
what's up. Full circle.
Sunrise set, 4 to 5:30. Just surreal. It was so cool because, I was just talking about the Autograph collab. Autograph's just been like kind of like a big inspiration for so long, and now we have the same manager, and they're just like really good friends now.
That's what's up.
So I went with them to EDC, saw their Sunset set at main stage,
Sunset set.
and then they came to my Sunrise set like 12 hours later. So it was just like
Full circle.
Yeah, it was like full
A
circle.
day.
You
I was
get
like,
the
I don't know if
holes.
you guys are gonna make it, but it was cool. I like took him to some sets on the way. I'm like, yo, you gotta come see Tale of Us. They're like, who? And I'm like, just come.
Yeah.
Trust. That's
Yeah.
funny.
It was remember we went to Tale of Us, and then just like I'm like, all right, we're leaving. Like went directly to mine, and it was it was just a great 12 hours. Like
Great
Wow.
12 hours.
great 12 hours.
So what was your experience with the EDC artist area steps?
Those are gnarly. You know, first time I went in with an artist band, which was last year, 21, and I didn't realize there was an open bar up there until day 3.
Is it worth it?
Damn.
Spent a lot of money for no reason, turns out. Yeah, it's
Wow.
worth it. The steps are,
You get your little workout in.
I mean, you're walking so much.
Yeah.
It's really, at that point, not big.
Oh, is it up the?
Yeah, dude. It's
Raceway?
like it's like it looks endless. You know, I did it
Yeah.
once.
Hey, it's either that or $30 beers, bro.
I know, and it's also just such a cool look and like view from out there.
Yeah,
true.
it's true.
That's true.
Yeah.
What has been the biggest crowd you've ever played for?
Probably that Papa's and Beer set with like
Really?
5,000 people. Yeah, that
That's
one.
what's up.
I
Fucking
think that's
boobies
probably been the
flopping
largest.
around.
What's been like the smallest?
The smallest one was probably, this is a really funny story. This is the time I met Dr. Fresh. I just started playing at EOS in 2016, right after I turned 21. And I was playing for all of 3 people in the club, which is more awkward than playing for a lot of people, by the way. I'd rather play for like a bunch of people than small, just on like a nerve level, because it's just so awkward playing for
Right.
so little people. You can't like feed off energy or anything. But
True.
I remember playing for 3 people total, and the promotions manager, Chris Johnson, came up to me. He's like, "Do you know Dr. Fresh?" And coincidentally, I was actually playing at that time that he asked me one of Dr. Fresh's unreleased songs that he released in a Reddit pack. And I was like, "Yeah, I'm playing one of unreleased songs right now. Why do you ask?" He's like, "Oh, I've never heard this song, but he's right over there." Apparently, he was one of the 3 people.
No way.
I was like,
No way.
shit. Okay, so either he's gonna be really mad, or he's gonna be the homie about it. And he was the homie about it. It was like, I just ended up partying with him and Sean Frank all night and just having the best time. Learned that Dr. Fresh, Tony, is the nicest person on
He
this planet,
is, bro.
probably.
I've had a couple good experiences with him.
Yeah, and I
Really?
remember him telling me from like that day on, like, you have to go to Shambhala. It is the best. And
Is that the venue it was at?
no, Shambhala
No, it's
is
a
a
music
festival in
festival.
Canada,
Oh,
in
I'm
British
tripping.
Columbia, up in the forest.
Okay.
And I went this year, last month, and it is the best festival on
Really?
this planet.
And what
Might have
aspect?
been the best
Like,
experience of my
what
life.
makes it the best festival, though?
It is so much a combination of so many things, but there's so many great things about it. Like, just the location in general is like, everything's gorgeous. Like, there's no main stage because everything's equally as sick.
Okay.
That's what's up.
And it's like against like a river that's like a glacier runoff, so it's like
Oh, that's
freezing, but
fucking
it's so
dope,
hot
yeah.
during the day, but you need to go in because it's so hot. And everything's just so integrated. Everyone's just running around having the best time.
Damn.
Yeah, it wasn't. And it was actually when I went to Thailand. Why I'm at Shambhala. When I was in Thailand that year in 2017 that I played, I was going to Koh Phi Phi Island where I played
Koh Phi Phi.
on a ferry. Yeah, I was on a ferry, and I met this guy named Chow who
Ciao.
lives in the middle of nowhere in Canada. And he came up to us because we were the only ones drinking out of a bottle at 9 a.m. He's like, I should probably go talk to those guys.
He's like, hey, respect.
And he was traveling by himself. And this guy was like a deadliest catch fisherman where like people like die on, like, the only reason he got the job on this thing is because the guy in his position died.
Damn.
To fill it. So he's just this gnarly dude. And turns out he's like the nicest guy. He's traveling by himself. I'm like, you should stay with us. And when we left Thailand, we passed him on to our friends that were getting there. Just so I'm like, take Chow.
Perfect. Take Chow.
And so I made a deal with Chow. I'm like, hey, if you come out to a festival in America, I will come to Shambhala. And he came to like 4 and
No
came
way.
to Tulum
Oh,
like
damn.
twice with me. And I went to Shambhala and I met the people that he went with, or that he lives with, in this tiny little town called Prince Rupert. It's like a port fishing town of maybe 1,000 people. I'm just guessing, I'm probably wrong, but it feels like it. Everyone knows each other. And turns out that Chow, who is the most irresponsible person I know, is the most responsible person of his friend group.
Oh,
I
God.
stayed with them all at
Damn.
Shambhala. I'm like, how? How is this even possible? The funniest people I've ever met in my entire life. They're
That's
great.
crazy.
Yeah.
I feel like you travel a lot for music. That's pretty tight.
I try to get out there, and I love traveling. It's like my favorite thing to do. It's kind of like a loophole,
Right.
you know?
2 for 1.
Yeah.
Little twofer. How long you been doing like fully committed music full time?
So I did my master's in business at UCSD in 2019 to 2021. And then after that, I totally thought I was going to go into a full-time job of some sorts. I was the marketing director for this startup, and they wanted me to do like 60 hours a week, offered it to me, and I'm like, there's no way I can do that if I want to do music. So I just doubled down into music, and so it's been about a year.
Really?
Yeah.
That's fucking tight, bro.
14 months maybe. Yeah.
I saw recently you got verified on Instagram.
I did.
How recent was that?
This is Monday. What day is it? Is it Thursday right now?
Fucking Thursday.
3 days ago. Yeah.
3 days ago, the check mark.
That's tight. How does that feel? Do you walk around with like an extra chip on your shoulder, or?
It's just funny. It's like people ask me that, but no, it's just cool. Like because of what comes with it, as far as like bookings, I just feel like fees go up, like more people reach out for different things. So it's just, I think it'll just open more doors in that regard.
That's true.
Feel the same. It's just like, I think that more doors will open based on that stupid check mark.
Wait, do you have a girlfriend?
No.
All right, cool.
Single.
DM Corinna Kopp for me. Tell her I say hi. Any other Instagram model, it's just automatic. It goes straight to their DMs. There's no like requested, you know? You got the check mark.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'll DM them, but I'm going to give them your profile.
Perfect.
Like, hey, hit up my boy.
I got a girlfriend, but she's down. It's fine. We're cool.
Dude, the DM sliding game is going to change.
Bro, it's
for
a
sure.
straight slide. I'm telling you.
It doesn't go into like requests or general. Like you're in there.
Bro, do not use this as the clip. I will get my fucking balls chopped off. But this is going to be a good clip. Fuck, dude. But yeah, bro. That Insta access. That's what it's the point of the check mark. Bro.
Congrats. Hopefully it opens a lot more doors for bookings and a lot more DMs you can slide in now. So
thank you. That was just subtle like slide in right there with the DMs.
Hey, you got this, bro.
Bro, give me your login information.
So let me send you the top 5 IG models right now.
I got you.
That's so funny.
Dude, what's up next for the Burko project, bro? You've been doing some sick shit. Excited to hear what's in store.
Yeah, it's going to be a really exciting few months with releases. So I just did the one on Ultra last week with Sunburn. The end of this month, I have one coming out with a friend from college that she did the vocals on. Her name is me.kai.
Nice.
She is an amazing person, an amazing vocalist, and it's coming out on Insomniac's In Rotation. It's called Coming Undone at the end of this month. And then I have a single coming out with Autograph on Armada, Armin van Buren's label, in November.
Okay.
And another single on Insomniac's In Rotations with this girl that I met in hot yoga.
Nice.
What?
Yeah.
How'd that conversation come up?
The track's called See Right Through You. It's probably one of my favorites right now of mine. And how it came about was I was at a hot yoga class. This girl, Laren, was teaching.
He was in Downward Dog. And he was
Downward Dog, all the dogs. Upward,
that's how the conversation started.
Sideward. Yeah, so Laren was shouting at her friend. She's like, hey, this is my friend Valentine's track. She's in this class right now. She's great. And I went to Laren, the teacher, after, and I'm like, who is this Valentine? Can you introduce me? And met up with her, and we made this track, and it's great. I love it. I mean, this is probably one of my favorite unreleased songs of mine right now, and I'm stoked for it to come out.
Dude, hell yeah.
I also have a show in Chicago coming out, so if you're listening and you're around that area, come through September 23rd at Les Nocturnes. And it's a cool venue. I've heard the venue's on top of Al Capone's escape tunnels.
Really?
Oh, really?
So from the 1920s, they told me, is like when the cops would show up, you take these tunnels to the cemetery. So I'm hoping I can figure out where these tunnels are and at least go check them out.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
Maybe set up the green room
I was about to say,
in the tunnels.
Say the green room down there, and you have to
We'll
like
see
get
what
through
we
the
can
tunnels
finesse.
to get up to the stage. That'd be sick.
A little bit of history.
Yeah.
Dude, that's what's up, man. That's exciting. Those are some pretty sick, big-ass labels that you got some projects coming out on.
Thanks, man.
Big congrats, man.
Appreciate it.
Dude, if you guys have not tapped in with the homie here, he's up to some super sick shit, as you guys can tell. He makes banger music. Dude, I actually had one question I wanted to ask you, too. If you were to describe your music in one word, what would it be?
Medieval house.
Yeah,
Those
I
two
saw
words.
that. Okay, I read about that, the dancing
Medieval.
astronaut thing.
All right.
What inspires the medieval house? What makes it medieval dark house, you know?
I think of medieval as like just dark, cinematic house music. And I don't know, I wish I could remember where the word came from. Like in my head, I assigned it to medieval house when I made my first track in late 2018 called Take Me There. And
Damn.
I don't remember why. I called it Medieval House, but I just kept rolling with it.
Since 2018, like you've had that vision.
The first song I ever made,
That's tight.
and start to finish and put out, Medieval House.
Honestly, didn't know you had like a ready answer for that shit. I thought I was gonna catch you off guard and be like, oh.
You gotta come up with something a little harder than that to get you off guard. Let's hear it.
What was the? Well, you got one, Jared, or what?
Well, you looking at me. He's asking you.
Damn.
Either one.
No, but the lights.
Dude,
are
I
pointing at
remember you told me a story about when you were DJing on a cliff ridge, right?
What was it?
Oh, dude.
Oh man, the experience of DJing in Isla Vista, which is where everyone lives in Santa Barbara when you go to college there. Yeah, I was DJing this party and on one of the beach houses, which is like a cliff, and someone fell off the cliff.
Damn.
Yeah, while I was playing.
Did you stop the music, or was it just like?
I can't remember. I also can't remember if they're still alive. Like it's just kind of a blur.
Damn.
Yeah, probably still. They're probably fine.
I'm sure.
I don't know.
Damn. Well, hey, hope that homie's doing well.
I hope so. I really hope so. People die off that cliff every year.
Really?
People also survive off that cliff every year. So,
have a-
How much of a cliff are we talking? Like, how far is the drop?
man, I don't know, 40, 50 feet?
Holy shit.
It's not a joke. Like, this is a big
That's
cliff.
a cliff. Yeah,
It's
that's
a
a
cliff.
ledge. It's not a ledge or a step.
Have you ever partied in slow?
I have.
Have you been to like those ridge tops where like they literally peek over the clouds? I remember.
On a hike or like a house?
No. It's like I think it's like a hike spot.
I haven't done it. Is it called Bishops? Or am I making that up?
I don't know.
It might be Bishops. Yeah, my best friend growing up, Ian, he went to SLO at the same time I was going to UC Santa Barbara. So I would take some trips up there.
Nice.
Yeah, it was a good time. Actually, I was one time when I was a freshman, I probably shouldn't say this, but I was so drunk on Deltopia in Santa Barbara that I woke up in SLO.
That is funny.
That happened.
How long is that drive? It's not a cheap Uber.
I mean, I wasn't driving. But it's an hour 15.
It's the Hangover Burko edition, bro. Holy shit.
This guy's like, yo, someone give me a ride. They're like,
Oh
no.
my God.
Bro,
Yeah.
so but in slow, I remember one time I went to like a Renegade. They called it the field trip because the person who was hosting it or the group hosting it, they had like a school bus that I have no idea how they got it like up this fucking ridge, but it was kind of sketch. And they set up the stage on top of the school bus. And so like my homie's like, you want to come to this Renegade? I was like, yeah, I'm down. And literally you drive up there and you drive past the clouds. Like it's like super steep and it's
Wow.
kind of sketchy. I'll show you videos after. It was super tight. And then it's just like at the end of the ridge, there's like this giant school bus and people just partying on top of it.
That sounds insane.
It was pretty sketch, but it was like the sickest experience of my life.
Wow.
That was like my first ever Renegade, and I was like, yo, why isn't everyone doing this?
It sounds amazing. Also, it is good that I went to SLO because that night, Deltopia was the Deltopia riots.
That's a
If
thing.
you remember that?
Yeah.
That was my freshman year. And so I avoided those riots with the tear gas and the rubber bullets and all of that. So,
I don't know.
All in all, it was a good play. It was necessary.
good play.
The drunk you was thinking ahead.
Yeah, seriously. It's a little
Dude.
premonition.
That's what's up, Burko. I think that that's about all the time we have for today. You got any more questions for the G?
Nah, dude. Thanks for coming out. That was a pleasure.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, bro.
When does your set of questions start?
My set of questions? No, I told you, bro. He asked the questions. I just laugh. That's all I
thought
do.
you had your own set.
Yeah. I popped the beers open with my phone. That's all I got.
That's a pretty neat trick, though.
This guy just sets up the couch.
I
and
asked you about Medieval House. Come on.
You did.
You knew that answer. How'd you know that?
Specific
Years of practice.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Did you have any questions for us or what?
Yeah.
How long you been doing this?
The podcast?
Yeah. How many editions you've had?
Dude, I think this is actually the 14th episode,
Okay.
right? You don't know, huh?
What's
I
been
lost
your
track.
favorite one and you can't say mine?
What makes you think I was going to say this one?
Just in case you were going to be biased, now you don't have
that's
to
fair,
be.
That's fair. Honestly, that's a good question. One of the recent ones we did with Baker, Avi Baker, that was dope because we were like wrapping up the podcast and it was cool, it was a super cool podcast. And he's like, oh wait, one last thing, like I got something for you guys, and we were just like, what? And then he
Yeah.
just gifted us a couple shirts, which it was something small, but it was really dope.
That's sick.
That
Definitely
was cool.
Well, I got you guys cars. If you reach under your seat, you'll find
Oh no way!
David Dobrik. I love you.
What was your favorite podcast?
I don't know, bro. I really enjoyed like the inspiration I got from the Azrael episode She was cool. She had me fired up, like just about
Facts.
just tapping in and giving everything your all. I had a lot of fun on the one with Alex Cage because he's my boy. You know, we're on the same label together, so it's like we're boysing out. You know, it's
Right.
like we could just shoot the shit. Like there was nothing, like no pressure. So
What
I don't
label?
know. We work with Backroom Records. So I don't know. Do you know who Steadicam is?
Yeah.
So he owns Backroom Records and Backroom like just as like a DJ company, and we're a part of that. So
There was a Facebook group I was part of maybe 10 years ago called Backroom SD. Is it
that's
the same
it.
thing?
That is it.
There's
So 10
this
years
guy-
ago?
Maybe. I mean, it was like late high school and early
He's had like one
college.
since high school.
I don't know. Well, Cameron's been since Cameron was in high school, yeah.
God, I wish there was this. I wish I remember the name of the guy who worked at Basement.
That's Cameron.
That was Cameron.
Ikaika Kukua.
Akaika?
Tommy Maverick.
Tommy Maverick is the
Yeah.
one who brought me into that group.
Yeah, what the heck?
I haven't seen him in many moons, but I know
crazy.
Akaika. I once had a Thanksgiving dinner with Akaika.
Really?
Yeah. At
Small fucking world.
Yeah, that was fun. It was a good time. But
so we're
I
both
haven't seen-
Backroom. Let's go.
I mean, I don't think I've ever went to any of the events unless the Basement ones were the events. But
More or
yeah,
less, whatever.
I need to come check them out.
Yeah, bro. I got you.
minute.
Hit me up. We got you.
Yeah, been a minute.
We'll get you on one too. We've actually thrown a couple events here.
Facts.
Yeah, we get around, bro. We do stuff. So
Let's do it. I'm super down.
fuck yeah.
This was playing at Nova tomorrow. If you want to
playing at
cruise.
Nova?
Yeah.
Who are you playing with?
It's 4B.
Oh yeah,
So-
you can play some Jersey Club.
No, honestly, I'm
Damn.
gonna play. So like, I'm playing early, so I'm gonna just warm up tech house, get into bass house, and probably just like go in and out with like trap and shit like that. Because I can't go like too crazy playing from 9:30 to 11. You know, so
Yeah,
But I'm
solid amount
stoked.
of time though.
yeah, it's all
That
amount of
is a solid
time.
amount
They
of
have
time.
me like start playing at 9:15, even though the doors don't open. So I'll just be in there ripping on the system.
Yeah,
But
that's a
I'm
fun
stoked.
feeling.
Yeah.
It's interesting though. I remember I did that at Exchange when it was like doors until like and then a 2-hour set,
yeah,
and it's like only the staff there.
Yeah.
And you're just like, all right, I guess I'll start playing.
you just see like the bottle girls are kind of getting it, and then the dudes at the bar like that, and all the security guards are just.
You're like saving all your good tracks
Yeah,
for when there's
exactly.
people just playing like
That's so true.
B-sides.
Yeah, exactly, 100%.
Play the whole song all the way through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, next week, if you're not doing anything, playing with fucking Baker and Kaysen at Bang Bang.
Sick. You know, Kaysen is a good friend of mine from college.
Really?
What?
We played at EOS together. We were both like residents there.
Yeah, no
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
Dude,
That's
he's one of
what's
the
up.
nicest guys.
Super nice.
One of the nicest guys. He played at Firehouse down here. It was like a couple months ago, and then his sister, her name's Sabrina. She
looks exactly like him, by the way.
exactly like him, but
So I've heard.
she's like one of the ARs at Nova, and Cameron's also an AR there. So he's like, yeah, Sabrina's brother's playing at Firehouse, and I didn't know it was Kaysen. And we pull up, and it's him, and I was like, wait, I know you. And then he's the nicest guy, bro.
Yeah, Nick is sick. He's always had like a really good head on his shoulders and a really consistent like production. So it's kind of great.
Yeah.
And he like right out of college went to do like A&R for Republic.
Republic, yeah, bro,
Yeah.
that's huge.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
So when is that show?
That show is next Thursday, the 25th.
Thursday? Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it, bro. Come through.
Got you.
I'll hit you up with some details. I actually
good.
hit him up to see if he wanted to do a podcast. He said he was down, but he was going to see if he can coordinate his trip because he's coming down from LA. I think,
Sick.
right? LA?
Yeah, I think he lives in LA. Maybe the Valley right now.
I don't know, but hopefully if
Make
you
it
guys see him
happen.
on in a couple weeks, you know why. Well, Burko, you're the man, bro. Appreciate you kicking it with us, man. We'll link all your socials, all your stuff down below in the comments so people can tap in with you. Check out his newest song with Sunburn and Blue Jade. That shit actually slaps.
Yeah, we'll throw that in the
Super
link
dope
as
project.
Hell yeah. Thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah, man.
bro.
Thank you. We'll catch you guys on the flip. Peace.
Cue the breakdown. Cue the breakdown.